Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, as you read from the title, I am giving American Psycho another chance. So this is a film that I watched years ago, probably when I first kind of started getting into horror. If you know my origin story with horror, I got into it later on in life and just kind of ended up marathoning a lot of films, and pretty sure American Psycho was in there, and I was just not into it. I did not enjoy this film. I'm pretty sure I've probably talked about that in maybe like an unpopular opinions video before. I'm not sure. I know I've probably mentioned the fact that I was just not the biggest fan of this film, and I know that this is a hot topic film when it comes to horror fans in general. Vicky from Nightmare Maven, I know, talked about it in her like red flag horror films, that like if people say they relate to Jason Bateman, that is like a, red flag, because you're obviously not like supposed to sympathize or relate with the main character of this film. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and give it another chance. I'm not gonna lie, I basically got kind of inspired to do this film because Ice Nine Kills. I've recently gotten into this band, and they just recently released a music video that is themed around this movie, and I understand a lot of the references. I feel like everybody knows this film. Even if you haven't ever seen this film, you know scenes from this film. But that just kind of pushed me to want to give this film another chance and see if I enjoy it. Now that I've had time since originally watching it and have obviously heard people talk about this film a lot, from all different types of perspectives, I guess. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this another shot. I'm renting it on Amazon. I couldn't find it anywhere just to watch for free, unfortunately. So it's available for like $3.99 on there. So I'm just renting it, and I will be back with my thoughts.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Okay, I just got done with watching American Psycho, and I'm pretty sure I said Jason Bateman in the beginning instead of Patrick Bateman. Apologies to the real life Jason Bateman for that slip up, but film follows Patrick Bateman, who I feel like everybody knows this film. Like I stated in the beginning, everybody knows this film, so I'm not going to dive too much into that. I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts. I actually really enjoyed it this time. It's a better film than I remember thinking it was. I think initially I didn't really, get the film, the concept of it, or the character. I think initially going into it, I just thought it was just going to be like another standard slasher film, and obviously we're following this character who is just a douche. His whole world, and all of the people that he surrounds himself with are just obnoxious, horrible people, and so he's not exactly the like funnest character or most likable character to follow, which is really the point. I mean, he even makes a point of stating that he's just trying to like fit into this world. He works for this business that is owned by his father, who we never meet or really see. So that part is only mentioned briefly by his fiance, like once in the film. That doesn't really apply to his story, which I guess sort of makes sense. We're following his POV throughout the film, so we just see everybody the way he sees everybody, and how he sees his world, which is always like an interesting concept, especially when you're following a film in the sense of the quote-unquote killer's POV. And so it's really him like trying to fit into this world that he's sensibly been thrown into just through family, but he's a total psychopath, and it's actually, like I said, a lot better of a film than I remember initially thinking it was. I actually enjoyed it fairly well this time. It's definitely a crazy roller coaster of a film. There's definitely some language used throughout the film that's not great, but that's, again, the point, because these are horrible people that he has surrounded himself with. So there's a lot of not great things that they say throughout the film, of course, and do. I forgot that this film ends with him getting away, because I always remember, and I feel like everybody always remembers the scene when he just goes on this, like, killing spree, this rampage, and is, like, killing all of these people, and then he calls his lawyer and confesses to all of these, but his lawyer doesn't even, like, believe him. And I always remembered that as being kind of, like, the end of the film. I completely forgot about the fact that he, like, just gets away with everything. And because of the very interesting fact that, like, Patrick is very self-centered. It's shown, obviously, multiple times throughout the film. That very interesting sex scene where he is just looking at himself in the mirror, like, the entire time. He's not even focused on these women at all. Every interaction he has is very self-centered, and he thinks of himself pretty highly, but nobody else really does. Like, there's the few people that know who he is, that he works with every day, he goes to these luncheons with every day, but the people outside of those, say, like, 4 or so people don't even really know him. Like, his lawyer doesn't know him. There's the whole thing of Jared Leto's character. Like, he basically gets away with killing him because he thinks he's somebody else. And that's really just what leads to him getting away with everything, is because, like, nobody outside of the small group of people even remember him. Like, he's not that memorable of a person, even though he thinks of himself very highly. And I definitely think that's a really interesting aspect in this film that I don't see people mention much when talking about this film. Of course, the brutal death scenes are really cool in this film. Those are always enjoyable. Of course, everybody knows the chainsaw staircase scene. But yeah, I actually ended up, surprisingly enough, liking this film a lot better than I initially recalled. So yeah, I mean, it's not like a new favorite or anything, but I definitely really enjoyed it. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on American Psycho. Do you enjoy this film, or are you kind of not really a fan? Let me know. Let me know when the last time you watched this film was. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this quick little review. If you did, please give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content, and I will see you guys again later with another video. Bye!